Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing part two of my series of my annual budget. So we are going to jump right on into the numbers. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. My name is Janelle. I'm a wife and a mother of one, and on here I do all things cashless budgeting. So in series one, we actually did all of our income thing. So all of the income has been projected for the entire year. And now we're going to work this week on, or this series on all of just like our household spending, like bills and expenses and our debt. So we are going to get into the numbers. I'm going to show you guys how I kind of break up things and things of that sort. Y'all, I've been working on this budget so much since maybe like sometime in October. As I was kind of finalizing some of these numbers, I decided to go look at my escrow for our household just to get a projection of what our potential mortgage would look like. Y'all, our mortgage came down. Now, it may be off by a little bit of numbers because they weren't factoring something, and I think that will be a little off. But other than that, I think that we are going to be okay. So I'm going to use the number that they have given me, and if I have to make corrections later on, I will to the actual annual budget, and then in some other video of some sort, I will share that with y'all, or in the sinking funds and savings part of this, if it changes, I will let y'all know. But we are going to get right on into the numbers, you guys. So we have all of my housing information already put up. So we are going to start looking first at our ADT, which is our, what is this called? It's coming to me, you guys, it's coming to me, to our security system. I don't foresee that this is changing, so hopefully it doesn't, but this is just what we're projecting for the year. And so I'm actually going to copy this and then go over here and let's see if it even lets me actually. Okay, yes, it does. So we're actually going to put this in and we'll paste that so all of the numbers are in here. And so, yeah, let's do that. Sorry, y'all. I'm kind of just like over here for a second trying to get baby girl onto something really quickly. So I apologize with that. Let me just get her going, and then y'all might hear like noise in the background. Um, but yeah, okay. So now we are going to go into daycare. Okay, so daycare is going to be a little funky because, oops, I don't even know what I just did. Okay, daycare is going to be like a little funky because, because from January through May, we are looking at 1118. And so I'm going to copy this. And the reason why it's only until May is because this includes soccer. Soccer ends in May, so then we'll go down to our normal. Um, oh, just kidding, that's not what it is. Our normal daycare amount for these 2 months. And then I've never had it not go down. Every year, it always ends up almost pretty much back at where I started from since I have had a baby girl at daycare. So I am projecting that it's going to go right back up to 1040 again because that's just where we end. And that's when like their new like tuition and stuff is due. So that's why I'm projecting this. So we're just going to put this as a projection for the remainder of the year. Now, it would be great because she's going to be 3 in January, you guys. And every year, like when she first started, I kept telling myself, like, oh, I'll just be able to, I'll just be able to, hold on, y'all, because I don't know what baby girl done got herself into. And so, okay, here you go, big girl. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, when she gets older, we'll be able to pay like $800 for daycare. Nope, that thing just keeps rising up higher and higher and higher and higher. A child now, like if they're going into her daycare, is almost or a little over $1,200. It's crazy. I understand that you have to pay the teachers and things like that. Like I'm not necessarily upset. It's just it's crazy. Just like how expensive like it just really is compared to like what you hear used to be paid like prior to that. Next is going to be electric, and I base my electric like on a quarterly basis just based on the seasons and things like that. So for my electric for the first quarter we're going to be budgeting 85 because that is okay, come on. um the beginning of the year it's cooler, and I'm normally using my, what is that, heater. And then for April, May, and June we are going to bump this up to $130. Now I have been doing my like research and looking at all of the bills, and this is where like I'm getting these numbers from, so at least I'm normally right around where I should be. And then for July, August, and September, these are the hottest times of the year here in Texas. We are, running our sprinklers and doing all of the things, and just based off of that information, I'm just going to keep it at 200. It can be more or less. Of course, we would love for it to be less, but yeah. And then for the last month, based on what I've seen for like October, November, and December, this is just where we're going to put these numbers. So 200 in October, because that's based off of what happened in September. They're a month behind. November will be what happened in October, and then December will be what happened in November. So 200 for October, 170 for November, and then 150 for oh y'all. Okay, yeah, no, yeah, that's for electric. Yep, that's what we're looking at for December. Although I think I might have had these numbers a little, well, no, because that's just actually where we are. That's what we actually spent November. I think we spent 100 and what did we spend in November, y'all? Let me look actually at my cheat sheet because for November, and I might just fix that while we're talking. In November, we spent about 145. So let's actually adjust this to about 150 because I feel like I was looking at, yes, big girl. Okay, y'all. So hold on just a second, y'all. I will be. All right, you guys. So I'm back. So like I was saying, for November, we adjusted that to about 150. And then I would say for December, we will do about let's just do like 100 because I don't feel like in December it would really be that high. So that's where we would be for electric. And this is the whole idea of an annual budget, is to look at, each month what's going on, what's expected based on, if you live in a city or a state where things get expensive, just all the different things. So that's what we're doing, you guys. Now we're going to go and do gas. So we have gas. We use gas for our heater, hot water, and maybe that's it, y'all. So during the winter times, we use gas, and then in the summertime, we use electric. So for January, February, and March, we are going to Y'all, and look at me here, 130, 130, 200. Okay. For gas, I feel like this is going to be a hot summer. So, for gas, like right now, like it's going to be like 81 degrees outside, and this is pretty much the last week of November. So 100 for January, and then I'm going to do 120 in December, I mean, February and in March, because I want to say January, February is like the coldest months in Texas. So if it does happen to eventually get cooler, we'll have that situated. And then I don't know why my mouse is being so funny right now. Like it will just like not focus. Um, oh my gosh, really, mouse? Okay. So I'm gonna have to do this. Okay, so for April, May, and June, we are going to be slowly going up to 120, then 130, because this is, nope, that does not make sense. Y'all, I'm looking at the wrong numbers here. Y'all don't listen to me because good thing I am paying attention. So in April, we're going to do about 75 because sometimes March is still very cool. And then for the rest of the year, we are looking about $40 because our gas bill doesn't go above that. So sorry y'all, I have to type all of this in because for whatever reason, my mouse is just not functioning the way that I need it to function. So I'm having to do all of the things with my screen. And then 40. Okay. So that is where we are for our gas. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it really is like moving in slow motion, y'all. Internet is projected to stay the same, although I know that it's probably going to go up. And what I'm actually going to do is do 90 across the board because every year it goes up, and then I have to call them to like give me a discount. Honestly, I don't know why we have to go through this because when I originally got this plan, it was supposed to be like my $84 or whatever I was paying a while back as a lifetime as long as I did not move. And should have known like to get it in writing or something, or that just was not going to be the case because businesses nowadays are not true to their word, or they're always jacking up the prices. So we're just going to budget 90 in case whatever the credit is that I get um, offsets, and it is what it is. So $90 for internet. Here is where we are for that mortgage. So we are going to be budgeting 19, 25, 11. Oh, this just looks so good. So let me see if actually I can click on here and copy, and then we'll go. Sorry, y'all, my fingers are like so big. So when I am doing this, sorry for all the rinky dinkness, we are going to paste here. Bam. So we're looking at mortgage of 1925.11. And just like a quick little like explanation, whenever you're buying your house, your mortgage is what you're locking in. So that's the mortgage amount. And that mortgage for your actual house never changes. What changes is if you have an escrow account, which is, your taxes, your insurance. If you have mortgage insurance, like those things change from year to year, and they change because your house is never the same amount of like the same amount each year. And since 2020, the housing market has been up, up, down, down, up, up. And so it changes so much. And so we have just like finally, you know, gotten to a place where we can get this stabilized. And actually, this is right around what originally, when we bought our house, what we were projecting our mortgage to be, which was actually like 1998 is what we were expecting, like our mortgage plus our taxes. So this would be right around what it should be. And the goal for next year is going to be that we are saving a lump sum of money for taxes to be able to put into our escrow so that we can keep our mortgage low, especially if, our house is worth more and we're covering for any overages that, we may not have covered throughout the year. So now we're going to go down to utilities, which is my water, trash, and sewage, and our exorbitant tax fees. So for utilities, we are going to budget 110 for the first 3 months. I've just come to grips with the fact that this is just going to be super high now, even when we aren't watering our grass. And so see, and now I need to look at electric. Nope. I don't know what I was looking at. In my head, like I'm seeing so many like different numbers and things. As I'm talking to y'all, I keep thinking that I'm putting the wrong numbers in the wrong spots. So for April, May, and June, we're gonna do 120, then we'll do 130, and then we'll do 150 because it's going to gradually go up as we start um, watering the grass. I feel like I'm repeating myself, like I said this earlier, but and then for the next 3 months, we're going to be doing 200 because that's just going to be super high with all of the things. And yeah, I feel like I did say that, y'all. Bear with me. Bear with me. It's a it's a crazy day. 190 for September. We'll do 190 again for November because we really do water our grass for pretty much almost like the entire year. And then 180 for December. Okay, so that is what utilities look like. Now we're getting down to YouTube TV. So I talked about this in like my budgeting video where um we our YouTube TV had went up to $99.84. And for November, I get my bill and I see that um it is back down to 95.03. So I am curious to figure out if that's what it's going to look like for December as well too. I am going to ask my husband to look at it because, oop, I think I miss. Oh yeah, this should be. Let me fix this, y'all. I'm going back. That's 190, 190. This should be 190. I missed a cell, y'all. And then this should be 180. And check to see if maybe that was just like an off time or something like that. Like, I don't know what's going on. So that is with YouTube TV. I'm just gonna keep it at 99.84 because if it does go up, then we're prepared, and then if it's down, then we just save a few dollars. So that is all of my housing like debt in terms of, well, not really debt, but all of my bills and expenses that like we can't really get out of. Like those are the things we pay for, except for like YouTube TV. So you can see on average here, we're around, the highest I would say is about $3,600 for just all of our like bills. And these are just projections, so they can change, but this is just what I've done in 2024. Now we are going to get over to our debt. And honestly, the debt is going to be quite simple because these are the minimum payments, but they can change just based on what I actually end up paying off and how quickly I pay that off. But for my chase, oops, sorry y'all. For my chase, we are looking at $114 for the minimum payments. And then Discover, we're looking at $251. And we're gonna copy this and just put it in here, y'all. And y'all are just doing this with me, y'all, because that's what an annual budget is for. Just work with me. So that's $251. And then, oops. And then last, oh, okay. Then our last thing is going to be our water treatment, and that is $107.86. And we are going to copy and paste that as well because that isn't going to change. And then these will be all of pretty much my fixed expenses for our bills. And y'all, this is just so exciting to see that I'm not going to look at January because January we get a little bit more income, but for like our flat $5,200 income, to see that we have 1118 left, that means that I could put $300 towards like savings and still have enough money for all of our spending accounts and things like that. So I am going to have to revamp that part of the budget as well too now that we are saving so much. We're saving literally about $300 from our mortgage. And then also, it made me just, think to myself too, though, like once I pay off my debt, that would be an extra $476 that I would have that we would be able to use towards savings and investments. Like it's amazing. So this is it for all of my fixed housing expenses and our debt, just because I wanted y'all to see these like categories as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one.